want our business owners to be responsive to us. It's really hard to have a business relationship if you're not. But cannabis is even more important, because if we don't hear from you, and we're feeling like something is off, we can close the account immediately. And I don't want to do that. And so I just like that fluid communication is so important from the cannabis side of things.
Absolutely. Well, and oftentimes we've experienced this with insurance, where there's this mindset of it feeling like a commodity versus a value or service, and that's where a lot of my conversations come in. I don't try to sell them as much coverage as they're willing to buy. I want to be mindful and just simply educate, make sure that they're aware of what's out there, and help guide them through that. But in many cases, we're removing or reducing coverage, or helping them find a lot of these insurance companies aren't willing to pay claims, believe it or not. So my job is to help them make sure that you don't give them a reason to. And so in cannabis, it's lists of exclusions and warranties and things like that. But and I think that's where our relationship is really valuable to our clients. And so I'm curious, with the banking side of things, how can your banking relationship support their long-term business strategy?
I think that being that we're one of the first FIs that are willing to do lending, that's a huge part of it. But really, just like we're here, and we're here to help. And how can we, if you have questions about your operations, and I actually think some people don't like the fact that we're using a compliance vendor, and I would argue that compliance system actually helps the business as well, because it's checking things like making sure that they're compliant with selling to people over the age of 21, and making sure that there's no transactions that are at weird times, and it's actually a safety net for them as well as it is for us, or as much as it is for us. So I think from making sure that we have that compliance piece of it, and then just answering questions like, what can we do for you? What are you curious about? I'm hopeful at some point that it will get rescheduled, so that Visa and MasterCard will not have their restrictions on card usage. And then also, as a credit union, like if you send a wire, we use a federally chartered vendor that does that for us. So there's restrictions on that side of things too. So that the scheduling piece of the federal level is challenging, but we can navigate that with them. And also vendor partners. Again, CannaCon was huge. Like we met so many different people, and even since then, continuing to meet with people. We have a website that has resources listed of different vendor partners in all the different areas: merchant services, insurance. I'll make sure your name is on there. So just like making sure that we can help them get connected to the right people too.